Welcome to the Phosphorus Loss Calculator demo. My name is Jake Monroe and I'm a soil management specialist for field crops with the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to the Phosphorus Loss Calculator, or PLATO for short, a brand new tool that's part of Agrisuite. As many of you know, there's been a lot of concern around the phosphorus loads to the western portion of Lake Erie in recent years. Algal blooms in the summer have raised public awareness, and it's clear that agriculture, along with urban areas, have a role to play on both sides of the border. In agriculture, runoff from erosion and poor timing and placement of phosphorus, fertilizer, and manure are the main contributors of phosphorus movement to Lake Erie. Phosphorus is also a critical macronutrient that's key to good crop production. It's important that we manage phosphorus in a way that maximizes productivity while minimizing risk to the environment. Fortunately, we have the information to make management decisions that are a win-win. Many farms in Ontario are doing their part and adopting best practices that reduce risk of phosphorus loss. Have you ever wondered how your farm is doing? PLATO is a science-based, Ontario-developed tool that you can use to see where you're managing phosphorus well from an environmental perspective and where you may have room to improve. The Phosphorus Loss Calculator, or PLATO, can be found on the main page of the new Agrisuite website. You can choose to create an account in order to save and return to work if you'd like, or use it as a guest. The calculator is accessible on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Let me show you how it works. I've opened up the Phosphorus Loss Calculator within Agrisuite, and I'm looking at the Field Information tab to start with. So in the Field Information tab, we enter some basic information like farm name, and field area, some geographical information, as well as a best estimate at the soil series that we're dealing with. The phosphorus loss calculator comes pre-populated with annual precipitation that's average for Ontario conditions, and we have the opportunity to enter our phosphorus soil test value. In the next tab, the Phosphorus Loss tab, this is where we really provide the information that feeds into PLATO and gives us our score. In this example, we're growing soybeans. We've got a field that's systematically tile drained, and we have the opportunity to adjust the tile drainage spacing. We've also provided a bit of information to help provide an estimate of soil erosion. So here I've entered 4% for maximum slope of the field, and that's the kind of information that can be found on ag maps or in our soil maps online. In this case, it's no-till soybeans, and we've got an erosion based on that information of about 1.9 tons per acre per year. You can see that that erosion feeds into this field characteristic index, which in this case is 45. The next important piece of information for the phosphorus loss calculator is fertilizer or nutrient applications. And in this scenario, we've got a phosphorus application for those soybeans that actually happened or is going to happen this fall. And we're assuming that we're going to have perhaps a late corn harvest, and we're applying that fertilizer just on December 1st. So perhaps no snow on the ground, no frost, but we're applying into December, and we're not incorporating it, just leaving it on top of that residue. This would be considered a practice that's not great from a phosphorus loss perspective, and it's reflected in the score. We have an application loss index of 134, and that's driven our total phosphorus index into that moderate range. The great thing about the phosphorus loss calculator is that it allows you to look at lots of different scenarios. So let's change that application date from December into mid-May, say just before soybean planting. We're still leaving it on the soil surface, but in this case, you can see that the application loss index has gone down to about a 20, and we've now moved to an overall low score. Phosphorus just doesn't move as much if you're applying it very close to planting. Let's see if we can do even better. Another scenario might be perhaps having a liquid on the planter, or even in some cases, maybe some dry fertilizer capability. And in this case, we're going to be applying that fertilizer in a banded way at planting. You can see that this gives us the lowest overall score. And in this case, the application of that phosphorus fertilizer really isn't contributing to the risk of loss. And it's the field characteristic index or the erosion that's really the driver. But we're in the very low category. this would be considered a very good scenario from a phosphorus loss standpoint. Last, we've got the report tab, which provides all the information that you've entered, as well as a summary at the bottom showing you your phosphorus index. So there you go. There's a quick spin through the phosphorus loss calculator on Agrisuite. I encourage you all to take a look yourself, enter your own farm information, and play around and see how different practices impact your risk of phosphorus loss.